Hi guys, George Glinski here from Toe the Line, joined today by Jimmy Sweeney. Jimmy, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, very well. I understand you're back in Wales. What are you doing down there?
Yeah, it's the girlfriend's birthday Monday, so kind of gonna have a little party for her tomorrow. So just down getting things ready. There's like down here. It's like carnival weekend as well. So everyone's just getting into the party spirit down here. But unfortunately for me, no beer and fucking. I come down and can't even eat shit. Jim done all my food for me, so I come down with fucking packed lunches and everything like that. Yeah, it's not going to be too much of a party for me.
I
But
understand you've been keeping alcohol to a minimum. Something strange for an
yeah,
Irishman.
me, yeah. Do you know what? Honestly, like this lockdown, like I've drank about 3 times in the whole lockdown. I haven't been doing sessions or anything like that. But drank fuck all, and but this is strange. But it's all down. To be honest, it's all down to me, kid. Because I don't really want to be drinking around with kid. You're in like in lockdown. You're in the house. You can't you can't go to pubs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So what are you going to do? Drink in the house, and I couldn't be arsed. You know what I mean? So I'm spending more time with the kid than anything else. And you know what? It's had an absolute fucking massive positive effect on my training and the start of my camp. Because I haven't been drinking, so I haven't been killing my body. So I come start of camp 2 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Oh no, I come down 90 kilos, which is a fucking fat. But now I'm sitting at that's not even 3 weeks ago. Now I'm sitting at 82 kilos like that. So like, and this is me without saunas, without starving myself, and that's that. I put that down just looking after my body and not drinking.
I say that's pretty low to you. Where do you usually sit around this time in your camp weight wise?
Oh, wait, all depend. Like I usually sometimes see if I come down at 60, like usually come down around 86 and all that, but because I abuse my body so much when I'm out of camp, you know what I mean. It takes a long time for me to just to fucking get myself back to being healthy now, because I used to abuse myself for drinking whatever, you know what I mean. And so it used to take me a long time to come to get it back. So even though like we're losing the weight, you still wouldn't. I still wasn't like properly fit, or I was always like fucking down, and I was getting injuries and stuff like that. But now like I'm coming on 90, 82 now, but I'm coming out, like, even though I'm coming down heavy, I've come down fresh. You know what I mean? So I've been now I'm up like fucking 5, 6 in the morning. I'm out training back. I'm fucking absolutely loving it. I'm in a boxing club every night now, and I've seen a massive difference. Even just a week in a boxing club is a massive difference for me. You know what I mean? So I'm all positives for this fight.
Safe to say you're particularly motivated. Obviously, Ricardo Franco, your next opponent. It was supposed to be Tyler Goodjohn. Obviously, there was a dropout there. Is this a bigger fight for you? Is this the fight that the fans want?
No, the Tyler fight only come around because well, obviously like his ex was saying shit, and so that fight was like that, and then it was like kind of no, not really called off. It was talk about it. Then after it was supposed to be me and him after the Franco fight, but then obviously Franco won due to cuts because I was killing fucking trying to make weight and all that. But so then that fight coming up. But the only reason that fight come along was because Franco had an MMA fight or something, so he couldn't fight me and rematch on that date. So that's the only reason that fight came along. But even though like it's not partly like obviously everyone knows I would have beaten Tyler because I'm just too big and too strong for him. But to me, this is a better fight. You know, I mean, this is what the fans really want. This is the fight they want. This because over the first fight me and Franco had and how we finished and all that. And he's saying he was the best and all that. But everyone's seen the fourth shit. I'm still winning. Dropped him twice. He was lucky to survive. And with me in the spirits I'm in now and the shape I'm going to be in and how fit I'm going to be in and how good I'm feeling. Franco won't last 4 or 5 rounds with me this time. I'm going to knock him clean out.
You were ahead on the scorecards when the fight was stopped.
I had a couple of people there, which is on that, saying, "Oh, Franco was winning the fight. I am down." Listen, I think there was only like five rounds complete. Was there?
Mm-hmm.
5 rounds was complete.
Was it? Yeah.
5 rounds. 5 rounds. It was slapped into the sixth.
Yeah.
So the sixth wasn't marked. So only 5 rounds. First round, even up. We could have whatever. Give it a 10-10. Second round, I fucking dropped him twice. So I won that 10-7. I won the fourth. First, the second one. No, second one he won. So I give him the second. First one could be 10-10. I give him the second. 10-9. Dropped him twice. 10-7. And I beat him in the fourth. And the fifth, he could have given the fifth. So how was he beating me? You know what I mean? This is why he wasn't beating me. There was like he couldn't possibly win that fight after them 2 knockdowns and the fourth be one to win the fourth handy enough. I mean, it's not.
What then have you learnt from that fight? What have you taken away from it?
Don't be a fucking gobshite. Like that fight. You know what? That fight I've taken away from that fight is Franco at his best. It was losing to me, and I wasn't anywhere near my best. I was struggling on weight. I lost 4 kilos. That I'm not gonna sit down and excuse. He won in the fight. He won on a stoppage and cuts from me being dehydrated, and I was still winning the fight. I dropped him twice. I have the power to hurt Franco. He doesn't have the power to hurt me. That's simple. That's all he has is. Listen, I have a lot of respect from fair play to winning the fight and all that. All he has is going from is his fitness, but this time I'm going to hurt the kid. I see in my head I'm going to really hurt him.
So, as I say, you're particularly confident about the win.
I'm very, very confident this fight. I'm very after last fight. I didn't watch it back because I know that wasn't me. No one near my best. I know that was him at his best. He said to me he was at his best, and I was still hurting him, even though like if that was a fresh me, he wouldn't have made it through that third round. You know what I mean?
Definitely. As I say, so the confidence is there now. But what was it like after the fight? Obviously, it was a bitter pill to swallow.
Of course. But you know what? It wasn't because I knew why I lost. I knew what I did wrong and like my own stupidity and what happened on that. But I still lost on cuts, even though I was winning the fight. It wasn't like the Julian Name one where I went down and just mentally fucked myself up over losing that fight. I knew I was beating Franco. He knows I was beating him. He can say what he wants. He knows I was winning that fight. Everyone knows that. I dropped him twice. You know what I mean? So it was just a matter of to me, it's just a matter of time. I just have to bide my time and wait another 6 weeks and just take that belt back, and just give him that bad of a beating that it takes any doubts in anyone heads away about who is number one.
So suppose then the difference between the Julian Lane loss and the Ricardo Franco loss is you knew that you'd lost against Julian Lane, but you believed that you you lost technically, but you felt like it was a bit of a different outcome.
Look, it's different, you know what I mean? Like, but the Julian one was like, because I partied for like 7 weeks and I didn't train, and I bet myself up because I shouldn't have come in to fight in that condition, and you know what I mean? I just fucked up. But this one, even though it wasn't the greatest because I was struggling with weight, I was still winning that fight. You know what I mean? And the fight, like I wasn't down, I wasn't hurt, and the refs, the doctor stopped them and cut. So I was like, these things happen. You know what I mean? I'm not going to beat myself up too much about that fight because it was out of our hands. It was the doctor's decision. Even though I felt I could have continued and would won the fight, so I'm not going to just fucking sit here and cry about it. It's the doctor's decision. It is what it is. Now it's just up for me. It's up to me now just to come back and put in the performance I know I can and take my title back.
And the title that you were going to be fighting for before with Good John was at 73 kilograms. Is that something you're looking to get back in the future? Yeah,
of course. I don't have long left in this sport. maybe another year, and with the new weight divisions, I feel I can probably grab another two titles, and 73 is definitely a title that I will be looking at in the future. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to come straight forward after beat Franco and all that. You know what I mean? Uh, the Franco's, I'm just worried about the Franco fight and see how that goes, and then probably I'm going to come for the 83 kilo one as well. I mean, just because I know I can come back up and grab that and put the weight on if I have to. But that'll be coming up to the end of my career. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be jumping too high like that now and come back fighting 76 and. You know what I mean? But that'll probably be my last fight to be up at the 83 for that title.
What a lot of
So
people
I do believe I do believe I'm still good enough for I'm fresh enough for the two titles. There are another two titles in me.
So say a lot of people don't know that you are actually still the 80 kilogram champion.
Yeah, a lot of people I've been fighting like 76, 73, but like there's no like I'm still the 80 kilo champion. No disrespect, there hasn't been anyone there that's been able to push for that title yet. You know what I mean? The two lads now fighting, I think, for the British title, that is Trez and Paul Hill. So that's going to be a good fight. But like I've already beaten Trez, you know what I mean? And I mean that title, that to me, it's not really a title that I'm really fucking over like worried about, because the names are just not in. Like, no disrespect to any lads on them, but I just feel the names are not in that division yet. There's kind of just stand out. Even though Trez has done very well, a great fighter, a great friend of mine, but I've beaten him already. You know what I mean? I've been there, I've done that. So unless someone comes up and fucking just blows away all the competition in that division, I just can't see it. I'm not going to give it up yet, but I'm hoping someone does come through and put a stake in for that title, and I will defend it against them. But as of now, I just don't see anyone that's in just grabbing the fucking attention of fans or anything like that that's be able to push for that title just yet.
So safe to say the Hills fight wouldn't interest you if he beat Trez?
No, really. It's like, no disrespect to Hills, he's a great lad, and I respect him a lot, and I'll be chatting to him. But it's just, I feel that there's at the present time, I feel that there's bigger names in other divisions that the fans would rather see me fight as of now. But that's not to say next year that Hills won't be up there with these names and people just want to see me fight him. But I just feel that as of now, his just name isn't big enough on the BKB stage for the fans to want that fight. You know what I mean? But I do wish him all the best, and hopefully he gets that stage. And if a fight's going to happen, I've no problem. He's no problem. But just as of yet.
Yeah, completely understandable. Obviously, the fight that I see the fans wanting the most, besides obviously the Ricardo Franco fight, is that fight against Barry Jones. Hopefully he comes through with the 73, and maybe we could see that fight go on.
With that, that's definitely a fight that's there, and you know what I mean. It's a future fight. It's definitely going to happen, because I know Barry will fight, and me being me, man, I've never avoided anyone in BKB. I never will avoid anyone in BKB. I still am the greatest ever done it, and I will give that fight. That fight's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? It's just when. You know what I mean? But it's definitely going to happen. There's no one avoiding anyone. But as I say, look, he needs to get through his next fight, and he's thinking for world title, and I have to get through my fight, and then you know what I mean? It's not a fight. It's going, oh, let's match it straight away. But it will happen, because there's other names in it. There's other big names, and I feel after this Franco fight, when I win that, you know what I mean, I'm going to be looking for a big name, maybe a name to come in from America or something like that. Just a big name, because I feel like I deserve another big name on my record.
Yeah, it was sort of well, not to throw one in there, but potentially someone of sort of an Ishe Smith sort of standard. Obviously, he's been around the bare knuckle game.
Yeah, someone's done like that. Someone has like, I'd love a world champion pro boxer or something like that. You know what I mean? Someone that has really done it in the pro game, and big names like that. I'd love a fight like that. I mean, they're the fights that I would be looking for after this one. And then like after I beat Franco, like I've beaten everyone. You know what I mean? I've beaten everyone in the UK. I'm only two out me I've beaten. So Yeah, but the Franco fight is the fight now that I'm worried about. I'm not even worried about any other fights. No fights make a difference to me now at this stage. Just the Franco one. And you know what? I feel the day the day me and Franco's fight it'll be my dad's be the 17-year anniversary to the day of my dad's passing. You know what I mean? And that's going to be a special fight for me. And there's to be honest, there's not a hope in hell that I'm losing that fight on that day. It's going to be impossible now.
So where is your mindset at now? Obviously, it was a difficult defeat. How have you bounced back? Where's your head at?
My head, you know what? My head is good now. I'm fucking probably the happiest I've been in a long time. I'm 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 living healthy. I'm training. There's no stresses, no worries. You know what I mean? I got my girlfriend there, my kids. You know what I mean? I'm good now. I'm in a stage of my life that I'm good. My health is good. All my family are good. So this is probably the first time ever that I've had a camp like this where there's no stresses, no anything like that, and it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying training. I'm enjoying getting up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning training. And I'm just counting them days down until I see Franco. You know what I mean? And that's it. All I've been thinking about is just get my belt back. You know what I mean? Just get that belt back, and that's been in my head.
Definitely. Now, as you know, I like to put you on the spot at the end. Who have we got to thank for this fight?
We've got to thank Frank Wolf. We got to thank that ref or the doctor for stopping that, and he should have stopped and cut. But you can thank that doctor from Franco getting the worst beating he's ever got in his life come September 6th. So good man, doctor.
Perfect. Jimmy Sweeney, thank you for your time.
Um,
Cheers, mate.
Where are you?